Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Everybody, come on in. Happy Tuesday, I believe. It's Tuesday, February 18th. We are here live on flyingnubianmoney.com. First of all, I just would like to say thank you so much for being here with me on this morning. I'm very grateful, a lot of gratitude for that. Let me play my theme song really quickly. I'm a couple minutes behind schedule. Let me play my theme music. Y'all know I got to do this every morning. When she hit that woo, that's my cue. It's like, okay, we in there, like swimwear. All right, everybody, come on in. Where you at this morning? Where you from? What's up, Linda, my girl? Good to see you this morning. It's always a pleasure to see you. Already know if I see my girl Linda, I'm in the right place. She's been rocking with me every morning since I started this whole thing. I just would like to say, first of all, before we go any further, let me just say a quick prayer. I was able to travel internationally and make it back safe and sound at home. So I have a lot of gratitude. I'm very grateful for being able to travel and traveling grace. So I just would like to say, Heavenly Father, thank you so much. Thank you for allowing us to see this day. We just ask for your continuous blessings, your continued protection. We love you and look to you for all things. You know the needs of all of us. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, that's that on that. You all know I'm from Atlanta. I'm from Chicago, born and raised, but I live in Atlanta. So wherever you're from, make sure you drop that in the chat. I wanted to see where everybody's from. Linda, I didn't even know you were in Cali. I mean, if you in Cali, it's real early in Cali. All right, I was looking for a lot of stuff that was going on online on the internet recently. All right, we got Alabama in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Also, we was looking for some stuff that's going on recently online. And all right, we got Alexis from Memphis. What's up, Alexis? Good to see you, my girl, Memphis. I hope all is well in Memphis. I told you, I see a lot of news happening in Memphis. Doesn't make me excited about some of the things. Fort Lauderdale. All right, Florida in the building. Okay. Charlotte. All right, Charlotte in the building. Good things about Charlotte. I hear a lot of good, positive things about Charlotte every single year about the progression, of Black folks in Charlotte. So that really makes me happy. I'm excited about Charlotte. And I don't know if the All Black National Convention was ever in Charlotte. I think he did have it in Charlotte at least one year. But you know the All Black National Convention will be in Atlanta this year, and I will be front and center on somebody's stage having some panel discussion at any given time in Atlanta. I believe August in Atlanta. You know, you can do hotel, you could do get your ticket, you could do what is it that is called the dinner? What is it the gala? You can do the gala as well. But I'm going to jump right into it this morning. I was traveling recently, and when you're traveling, you are always left to, you're just left to think, you know. And one of the things that came to mind is when people see you traveling, when people see you doing things, when people see you online, living your life, you have to remember that anytime a person is online, you are only seeing a snippet of the day. You're not seeing a person's complete 24 hours. You're not seeing when a person piss or shit. You're not seeing when a person pass gas, when a person is musty. You're not seeing when a person is angry. You're not seeing when a person is experiencing anxiety. All you see are pictures. You see pictures and videos, but you don't know what's behind any of that. So I was reading this article and I wanted to share it with people that think or have time to think, like my demographic. All right, checking in from Raleigh. The people that have time to think and the weight of social media. Social media is such a big, big part of our day-to-day life. But what you will find out in this article that there's the ultimate proof that looking happy on social media often masks real pain. Now, I want y'all to be real with me. This is when we're going to get real. I know you got time. You have time to really reflect on what social media does to you as people. You have social media have you removed away from your own reality, glancing into the image of others. Social media is dangerous. In fact, I heard a psychologist talk about the effects of mental health on social media. It is as equivalent to smoking cigarettes. Do you hear me? You looking on social media, gazing into the lives of other people is going to have you sick, because the mind and the spirit and the heart cannot fathom all that you are interpreting and processing through social media. Now, now I'm preaching more than you want to give me credit for, so I'm going to drop bombs on my own self, okay? So the point that I'm trying to make is I want you to read this article because I tell you all the time, don't take my word for it. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to see it for yourself. So when you see it for yourself, check this article out right here. Now, mind you, this come from psychiatrists. All right, let me share this article with you where I got this information from. If you can see it, just put social media in the chat, okay? Put social media in the chat if you could see the article, because I'm about to start reading it. Put social media in the chat. Social media, put it in the chat if you can see the article. I just want to make sure that you all can see it. Okay, I think you can see it. Okay, good. All right, cool. So listen to this. This is what it says right here. It says, the ultimate proof that looking happy on social media often masks real pain. This is a young lady. She's in the field with flowers. Many times there's pain behind that smile. So this is a published article from 2018. She says, last July, I was in the thick of it, near weekly anxiety attacks combined with a bout of impending mononucleosis, which drained all my energy by 10 a.m., working 3 jobs to pay my bills. The wave of stress and anxiety was mounting when my birthday rolled around. But of course, I was surprised. My mom sent a massive herd of birthday balloons to the office, which was cute. I looked cute because it was my birthday. So I asked my editor to take a photo of me. Then I posted it on Instagram. Then, as you can see on the post, it says, shout out to Donna for birthing me and sending me these office balloons. Colleagues are confused. I am happy. This is her. Now, mind you, she just said that she was sick. She working 3 jobs and she's in pain. But when the balloons came, she felt compelled to take a picture and post it. Okay. So it gets good. The caption reads, I am happy. She says, nope. These days, things are much better. Therapy and medication work, and we should talk about that more openly. But if you scroll through my social media feeds, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you would never be able to discern my periods of intense anxiety and depression from the times when I was feeling pretty good. You hear that? She's completely depressed, but she's showing online that I'm good, I'm cool, all is well. So this is important. I want you all to see this. I want you all to see this because this is what we're looking at people's life that have issues, problems like everybody else. And because they have made it picture perfect, we're under the impression that something is wrong with our lives. Something is wrong with our skin. Something is wrong with our style. Something is wrong with our home. Something is wrong with what is in front of me. And you cannot combat this if you do not deal with it head on in a reality format. All right, I'm going to continue to read because when you see the different stories, it's going to blow your mind. So she says, instead, you'll find posts that suggest that I'm in a constant state of joy and accomplishment. Think about this. How many times when you're online, everybody telling you when they got a new opportunity? Let me tell you something. I was out of a job for a year. I never went online and said, hey, I'm out of work. Anybody know anybody that could help me out? It does not happen that way. Proof. It's we are all in this bubble. You know, we're all in this bubble. So I'm proving to you, I want you to take full control over your mental and your reality, your mental well-being, your reality, your social well-being. I don't want you looking online, gazing at other people's lives and thinking that you're missing out on something. So this is one of the reasons I wanted to take the time and do this, because it's not just for you, it's for me too. This is important. All right, so she said, instead, you'll find posts that suggest that I am apparently constant state of joy and accomplishment. Photos of fall runs, beachside bachelorette parties, launching new projects, and making pasta with my mom. Much of this happiness was real, and much of it was totally manufactured. The truth is, what people post on social media often has very little to do with their inner state of mind. Wow. What people post has little to do with their inner state of mind. Can you all put inner state of mind in the chat? Inner state of mind. Inner state of mind. So me and my mom, you know, we growing up, you know, we got closer as I got older. But the reality is, you know, me and my mom, when I was a teenager, we was butting heads left and right. So if you see a relation, you see me and my mom taking selfies, this was work. This was years of work. This was years of having discourse. This was years of, you know, finding out a way to figure out how to work together. This didn't happen overnight. So, you know, some people can look at a picture with you and your mom and say, I wish me and my mom had that. But that's not, listen, you don't know. You'd never know what a person is truly experiencing. This is why who we really are is important. What you really feel is important. All right, so let me finish reading. She said, this reality was crystallized by a Twitter thread. Now, this is where it gets good. I want you all to see this. This reality was crystallized by a Twitter thread this week, started by Tracy Clayton, host of the BuzzFeed podcast, Another Round. Clayton asked her followers if they would be comfortable sharing a photo that they had posted on social media during a time of personal strife. This is what the request was. And look how the flood came. She says, I'm curious if you're comfortable doing so, post a picture that you shared on social media where you were actually having a really tough time in life, even though you look perfectly fine in the picture. She said within minutes, the tweet blew up. As of writing, it had nearly 600 tweets, retweets, 2,500 likes. People started sharing photos of themselves posing happily and confidently for the camera with added captions explaining that the shot had been taken shortly after they experienced some kind of anxiety attack, while they were worrying over family members' health, or just moments after crying in their therapist's office. This is one right here. This woman says, last Halloween, I debuted my best costume ever. I had two big anxiety attacks before coming to the point of taking this pic, and my chest was tight all night. But she looks pretty happy, right? Then this one, she says, this spoke to me. Perfect picture. This one. I was literally sitting on my therapist's couch and we were doing an exercise. If you look closely, you can see I was crying right before. It's not my best photo, but I kept it because it reminds me that I pulled through. Here you go. Another one. This, she said, Clayton says the inspiration for the thread came from an unlikely source, insurance companies. Ooh, it gets good. I've been thinking a lot lately about how insurance companies will sometimes use your social media feeds in their evaluation of your claims. Clayton told courts via email. Now, y'all know I'll get into these companies' ass because they are trifling. And it goes on to say, that led me to thinking about what a potentially irresponsible and risky thing that it is, particularly pertaining to mental illness for several reasons. For one, people rarely post pictures of themselves in panic or anxiety attacks or grieving at funerals. For two, curating the perfect picture of yourself on social media is the kind of the purpose of social media. Guess what it's called? Fake happy. Social media produces a fake sense of happiness. People do not know this. This is now we may be a little bit more mature. So we're in our 30s, 40s, right? So we may have a understanding of social media a little bit differently than a 20-something-year-old. Young people look at social media and they are consistently under the impression that the mention just happens. You just don't get a mention. You have got to figure out how to make the money for the mansion. And then there's a process. You got to figure out how to keep the mansion, how to sustain the mansion, how to keep it cleaned, how to get a house person for the mansion. I'm thinking for the word, but it slipped my mind. It's not a house person. It's something else. But anyways, so I want you to see a few more before I close this out. People rarely post pictures of themselves in panic attacks and grieving at funerals. That's true. Who want to see you sad? This is another form of the psychology of social media. It produces a false sense of happiness, but who wants to see you sad? Think about this. When you see people sad on social media, you feel like, man, you don't want to see that. You don't come on social media for sadness. You come on there for the fake happy. And this is one of the reasons that I'm doing this is because I don't want you, anyone who follows Madam President, I don't want you to have to be fake about your happiness. I don't want you staring into the lives of other people thinking that you are missing out on something. It's not real, okay? What is real is what is in your hand, what is in your mind, what is of you, your family, your home, your lights. When you touch your lights and it comes on, that's your reality. Live in that and prove it into whichever way that you see fit. But do not fall for the social media's fake happy. Also, I'm going to read a couple more. I want you to see a couple more. Depression negatively affects your memory in a number of ways, including making it difficult to recall memories in general. This is a really good theory. You want to know why? It says depression negatively affects your memory in a number of ways, including making it difficult to recall happy memories in general, and especially positive memories about yourself. This is good to know because a lot of times when people are dealing with depression, what are they? They're always sad. And when they are always sad, what's happening? They can't even remember the good stuff. They are in a constant state of sadness. That's not good. So I wanted to just kind of fix this a little bit because I'm doing a lot of talking and I don't want you all to try to, hear me from a smaller picture point. So I kind of expanded it a little bit. So I'm going to read more. And she says, when we're at a personal low, there's nothing more important than mustering up the will to see ourselves in a kinder light. So as she goes on, I want you to see this picture where this woman says, took this photo on a solo road trip during one of the major depression episodes of my adult life. It was relatively a good trip during which I spent a lot of time crying alone in my car motel room. Look at this picture. You see it? She looks happy. She said she'd been crying the whole road trip. She took the phone and posted this picture behind, you know, I don't know, wherever she is, looked like Arizona somewhere. And she see the mountains. But she said, I have been crying the whole trip. This is what's happening. But I don't want you all to see this and not understand that this has become a normalcy. If you find 500 people that have this experience, then there's 5 million that has had the experience globally. So this one right here, this woman, she says, hiking with my dad, the photo's gone. So some of these, images didn't load because it's old. She says, from my freshman year of college, after having lost 20 pounds while suffering from an eating disorder. Happy picture. Look at that. Happy. I'm happy, guys. I'm happy. This is what social media produces. I'm happy. Friend's wedding. Both those smiles are fake because we've been fighting. I still cringe seeing my body language in the photo. I remember feeling guilty that our other friends would know and that we'd be a distraction from a happy and important day. Are we not human? Is it possible for the human being to just experience one state all the time? So why don't we encourage people to take that picture or don't take the picture? If you're not happy, don't take the picture. Don't smile. Don't do it. If it's not real. Why have we conformed to a place where we encourage people to be what they are not? And it doesn't even, promote you. It doesn't even elevate you. It doesn't even take you to the next phase. It kind of keeps you depressed, keeps you sad. Because when are you going to really show up as yourself if you have to perform this way? Social media promotes this performative behavior. This is my point. She says, my boyfriend broke up with me 30 minutes before this picture was taken. I cried all the way to the shoot, even had to pull over a few times. Even in grief, we take pictures, we smile. Here is my point. Do not let social media ruin your reality. This is my complete point. Constantly looking at the lives of other people, constantly looking at everyone else has an effect on how you feel about yourself. It has an effect on how you feel about the people in front of you. It has an effect on how you feel about what's in your hand. So I want you this week, if you can, if you will, to just be real with yourself. Understand what social media truly is and take it as face value. This is my message today. I was traveling, I was exhausted, and I really was trying to find a lot of news for us, but a lot of stuff is repetitive, a lot of stuff is redundant. So I'll do some research today so we can have a good show about different topics. But as you know, I really appreciate you all being with me every single morning. We do this at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. This is brought to you by flynubianmoney.com. This is the place where if you want to get your mind up, you start here with flynubianmoney.com. If you want to get your money up, you start here by texting Queens to 87948. You want to keep up with the women of Fly Nubian Money. If you want to keep up with Madam President, text Madam P to 87948. I just would like to say, I appreciate you all. I want you to not have your online life in order. For me, it's about your offline life. I want you to have your offline life in order. You can live an offline life that is way more spectacular than what is positioned online. I guarantee it. Um, I will see you guys tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. You should be following me on all social media platforms. If you want to support me, some of you all say, Madam President, how can I support you? How can I show up for you? Well, my book, Matters of the Heart, and I'm going to figure out a way to do a reading or something with the book, but Matters of the Heart is now currently on Amazon. This is very exciting for me. It just happened over the weekend. It is titled Matters of the Heart, Who I Post to Be. It is on Amazon. Let me see if I can find it really quickly because I want you all to support me in my new book. Also, I would like for you all to read it, leave a review, talk about it, all the good stuff, okay? I'm going to pull it up right here really quickly so you guys can take a look. If you ever want to support the Freedom Company, I am the owner of the Freedom Company. Here you go right here. I'm going to show you the screen for Matters of the Heart so you can know what it looks like. All right, this is my book, Matters of the Heart. So if you see it, yeah, buy it. I really appreciate it. I don't have any more hard copies, but I'm going to be ordering some more. So it's on Amazon for a downloadable. So check me out, baby. As my girls say, I'm an authoress, okay? And for the Freedom Company, if you ever want to shop with Madam President, all you have to do is go to www.thefreedom.company. Everything came from my own mind, my own heart. So yeah, feel free, check it out. I've enjoyed myself with you all today. Feel free to see me tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. All right, have a good day. I'm out.